Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My 2 Cents, where I cover non-crypto related topics like pop culture, sports, finance, science, and automotive. But today, we've got something special, man. Censorship is just getting out of hand, and we're going to take a look at a couple of articles. Some of your probably most used platforms. You guys are probably on the one I'm talking about right now. Well, we're going to look at some of the censorship agendas that they've put in place, and this is going to directly affect everyone because it's going to alter what our perception of reality is, and it's very dangerous Orwellian type behavior that we're witnessing nowadays, man. And I wish more people were upset about this, but they're not. But first, we're rocking out for today that Wale, Heaven's Afternoon. This is actually Wale's, to me, best album. So if you guys never heard it, please go check it out. It's like good from beginning to end. The Gifted by Wale, that album was a classic for sure. But again, guys, welcome to another episode of My 2 Cents. Wow, man, this is going to be a tough one for me because it's just so frustrating to see what's happening to the internet, the availability of truth. You know, the internet to me over the last decade or so has been a space where the wealth of information that you can get, good or bad, true or false, it's just enormous. You can get whatever information, whatever your heart desires, you're able to look up and learn more about. And I just feel like we're getting to the point where it's going to be all state agenda, state run, state sponsored type of information that we only have access to. And I just want to have this discussion with you guys regarding this topic. The main one is really about YouTube, and if you check out this article, I've linked it in the description of this video, but it's out of Mashable, and get this, YouTube will start fact checking your search results. So it says here, YouTube is dealing another blow to conspiracy theorists and disinformation peddlers. They say the video platform has started rolling out text prompts known as information panels that provide fact checks when users search certain terms or phrases. The feature is currently being rolled out to a limited number of users in India, one country in particular where the spread of fake news has fatal consequences, they say. And so here's an example of you searching for a virus in paracetamol. I don't know what that is, but you'll see at the top here it's got a fact check by Quint. It's giving you a hoax alert about the tablets actually not containing a virus. So the article goes on to say here, YouTube provided the screenshot above as an example. In this case, a user searches for information regarding a well-known internet hoax about the painkiller paracetamol carrying a hemorrhagic disease called the Makapu virus. At the top of the search results, the users receive a prompt with information debunking the claim. As part of our ongoing efforts to build a better news experience on YouTube, we are expanding our information panel to bring fact checks from eligible publishers to YouTube, said a YouTube spokesman in a statement to Mashable. We are launching this feature in India and plan to roll this out to more countries as time goes on. The information panel rollout in India includes fact checks in both English and Hindi. It's important to note that YouTube is not blocking the video results or actual videos about hoaxes. It's simply serving additional fact-checked information from publishing partners to its users. It goes on to say here, the information panels displayed by YouTube are also just fact-checking search engine queries, not the content of the videos that show up in the search. Fact checks will appear on terms based on the content available from YouTube's partners regarding the particular search query. Last summer, YouTube launched a new feature specifically designed to enhance how breaking and current events news is displayed on the platform. The changes raise authoritative journalistic content to the top of search queries involving major news events. Just earlier this year, YouTube also unveiled its plans to specifically deal with conspiratorial content on the site. Conspiracy theories in general aren't against YouTube's terms of service and are allowed on the platform. However, the company decided to make changes to its recommendation algorithm so that it would no longer promote borderline content and harmful misinformation. Now, what is misinformation? Who's to determine? Are we now to rely on YouTube to make this decision for us? it's just a very sensitive subject in my opinion. I don't agree with it, and we see what's happening to various channels like my buddy SGT Report. His channel has been going through a lot of demonetization. You can't find some of his videos. And so, you know, they indirectly hamper the spread of real news and real information. It all goes on to say here, YouTube's decision to provide these panels on search engine results as opposed to video pages is significant. Once on a video page, a charismatic YouTube creator can more easily sway a viewer to believe misinformation. YouTube's recommendation algorithm is notorious for pushing similar content to users on the video page, pulling people to watch content that further reinforces those beliefs. If a user searches for information on the site and discovers that it's false before clicking on the video, they may have just saved a user from falling down the rabbit hole, they say. I don't know, man. What do you guys feel about this movement? And this is just one example coming from YouTube. But we've also got some things coming out of Facebook where they are cracking down on anti-vaccine content. But to stick on YouTube, how do you guys feel about that? I think it's 1 inch after 1 inch after another, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, and to the point we're looking like China. You know, how are we any different than communist countries like China, where they're filtering and blocking content? And of course they use it under the guise of protecting us and not wanting us to hurt ourselves or use information in the wrong way. I can't stand it. And you know, I think it's just getting out of hand. Like, where does it stop? That's the problem when you open this Pandora's box. It never does. It continues to go further and further, and they feel like they need to protect us more and more. I believe you just let people figure out what real news is and what isn't, and filter what they believe as a source of good content and what isn't. Like, that's the reason they have thumbs up and thumbs down features on these videos, to help bring a consensus about what content is real and what's fake, and allow the masses to dictate what's real and what's fake. I don't think we need Google's algorithm or YouTube's algorithm to do this any further than what it is. It's already out of control. So again, let me know your thoughts about that. And to go further with this, I've got an article out of Wired, and it's about Facebook cracking down on anti-vaccine content, not only on Facebook, but also on Instagram. So it says here, as Clark County, Washington combats an ongoing measles outbreak, Facebook announced Thursday that it's diminishing the reach of anti-vaccine information on its platform. It will no longer allow it to be promoted through ads or recommendations, and will make it less prominent in search results. You see the thing, you see the common thread here. They're burying content unbeknownst to us. They're just going to continue to bury truth or not truth. It could be false, but don't bury it. Let the users of the platform dictate what's real and what's not, because we definitely will. You know, we definitely will. We're not stupid. Goes on to say the social network will not take down anti-vaccine posts entirely. However, the company also said it was exploring ways to give users more context about vaccines from expert organizations. Again, it just sets it up for maybe 2 or 3 entities to fully control the content that we receive. We already know we're in a social media society. A lot of people get their news, unfortunately, from social media. So if everyone's going to social media to get their news, guess what? They can use that as a single source to edit and censor news from us. So it goes on to say here, the decision was widely anticipated. Facebook, along with YouTube and Amazon, has faced criticism from journalists and lawmakers in recent weeks for allowing vaccine misinformation to flourish on their websites. Facebook also told media outlets in February that it was looking into how it should address anti-vaccine content. Last month, Adam Schiff, a Democratic representative from California, sent letters to the CEOs of YouTube and Facebook demanding they answer questions about the spread of anti-vaccine information on their company's platforms. He followed up with a similar letter to Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos last week. On Wednesday, an 18-year-old from Ohio testified before the Senate that his mother primarily received misinformation about vaccines on Facebook and opted not to inoculate him. A major study released Monday found no link between the MMR vaccine which protects against measles, mumps, and rubella, and autism. In a blog post, Facebook said it will begin to reject ads that include false information about vaccines. The company also removed targeting categories such as vaccine controversies from its advertising tools. Last month, the Daily Beast reported that more than 150 anti-vaccine ads had been bought on Facebook, which often targeted women over 25. Some of the ads were shown to users interested in pregnancy. In total, they were viewed at least 1.6 million times. YouTube similarly announced last month that it would begin preventing ads from running on videos featuring anti-vaccine content. Now, I can understand, censoring what ads are purchased and distributed through their networks, but you should not be blocking organically created or organically posted content on the platform, in my opinion. It goes on to say here, Facebook will also reduce the ranking of pages and groups that spread misinformation about vaccines in search results and in its news feeds. In February, The Guardian found that anti-vaccine propaganda often ranked higher and outperformed accurate information from more reliable sources on Facebook. The social media network's effort to fight vaccine disinformation extends to Instagram, where the company says it will stop recommending content that includes vaccine misinformation on the app's Explore page. Instagram will also stop displaying vaccine misinformation in hashtag results. It's not clear how long these new controls will take to roll out. An Instagram search for the hashtag vaccine Thursday afternoon surfaced the hashtag vaccine kills as the #1 result. Last month, Pinterest received praise for its decision to stop displaying search results for vaccines entirely. Article finishes up by saying there's little doubt that social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon have indeed made anti-vaccine talking points more accessible to wider audiences. The proponents of this misinformation were aided by recommendations and search ranking algorithms, which often promote anti-vax content to the top of the pile. Facebook's announcement today is further acknowledgement of its role in the ecosystem and the idea that free speech is not the same as free reach. Oh man, this is pretty bad in my opinion, and it's only going to get worse. Like, when have you ever seen censorship stop at a certain point? It never does, people. You guys let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you think they should allow anti-vaccine content or ads, more importantly, to be displayed on their platforms? It doesn't matter what we think, but I just want to get your feedback on that and get a pulse from my viewers to see how you guys think about this. I mean, I can understand, again, not allowing paid advertisement for anti-vaccine. Okay, cool, but organic stuff should be allowed to gain traction on its own organically, but don't block it. Like, this is just getting out of control, people. Let me know your thoughts on both of these. YouTube over there fact checking, and now we have, you can basically say Facebook, Instagram fact checking as well by not allowing anti-vaccine information to show up. This is frustrating, people. Again, let me know your thoughts about that, and we'll have that conversation in the comments below. That's pretty much it for my 2 cents on today. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and I'm out of here. Holla!